Greetings. This is a teaser video for our SIGCSE 2021 presentation demo, Learning Data Science with Blockly in JupyterLab. What we're focusing on in this presentation demo is how to help people learn data science in JupyterLab using blocks-based programming through Blockly. So this is to help people who don't have much experience or any experience with programming but may have a background in statistics or some STEM area and who are interested in data science. The extension that we've developed is available on NPM, and you can install it in Jupyter in the standard way. And let me show you how it works. So you would just come over here to Jupyter where you've already installed the extension, and this gives you a split screen with the Blockly palette here on the left. So the way that you can use this to create code is simply come over here to this giant palette with different options and start clicking on blocks. So let's say that we want to import the data science data frame library pandas as PD. Then we create this block. We can move it around however we want. We don't need to connect it to anything right now. And then we hit blocks to code. And what this does is it converts what's in this block to this code here in the cell. Notice this comment here. This comment lets us recreate the contents of Blockly once we get off this cell. Now I'm going to execute this cell and create a new cell by hitting play. And you can see that our block disappeared, and that's where this comment comes in. It reinstantiates our block whenever we click from one to the other. This is a feature we call Notebook Sync, and it just clears the Blockly workspace so you don't get cluttered with a bunch of blocks that you don't need. So we've executed this. We have pandas. Pandas exist for us. Blockly knows about it. We can do things with it. We can say, with PD, do something. Now, right now, nothing's happening. See, it's not defined until you execute code. And then you saw it just resolved into this drop down of options. We call this an IntelliBlock, and what it's doing is using IntelliSense to parameterize the block. And this means that we don't have to create blocks for every library that we import. Rather, we dynamically create blocks based on the IntelliSense for that library. So I can do read CSV here, so I can read from a CSV file, and then I can get a text block file and hit blocks to code and execute it. And now we can see we have some output here, and that's rather nice. I can come back up here and I can do some other things, like let's say I want to create a variable. I'll call it data frame, and that gives me a data frame block here. Let's kind of move these over. So display it back, hit blocks to code. You can see I have the same thing as before, but now I can do things with data frame down here. So get another IntelliBlock. So, you know, let's see. And so it's doing the IntelliSense thing. One thing to say about the IntelliSense is it only matters when you first query and then it caches it. So you don't have to keep doing that over and over again. So we can get descriptive statistics with describe, blocks to code, execute. And you can see here count, mean, standard deviation, and you get some percentiles, I guess quartiles. What else can we do? We can import other libraries like Plotly, Express, call it PX. We can import Plotly, and we can do things like let's get the correlation of data frame. Let's create a variable called core. And let's, with data frame, do correlation. You know what? We can also show that if we want. Let's grab a little block here. And so now we've got a correlation matrix. This is really just a little bit of a teaser just to give you a quick idea. We're going to go through like a fuller workflow for SIGCSE, but I hope this engages your interest. All right, that's it. Thanks.